Have you ever sent a text in English and immediately regretted it? Like that feeling in your stomach when you hit send and realize what you wrote could sound really rude?
Oh, that's the worst feeling. You wanted to say something simple like, I'm busy right now, can we talk later? But it came out as, I am busy. Full stop. And your friend replies with just, oh, okay.
Exactly. Suddenly you're scrambling, typing, no, wait, I didn't mean it like that. Sorry. You wanted to be efficient, but you ended up sounding cold and dismissive. We have been there. We know that feeling of your heart just sinking. It's a mix of frustration and embarrassment.
We know this feels overwhelming, especially when everyone tells you, just learn the grammar rules. But there are thousands of rules. Which ones actually matter? That's the big secret, isn't it?
It is. And today, we're going to let you in on that secret. We're going to show you why most grammar rules don't matter for everyday conversation until you hit one of those critical moments where they matter a lot.
And we'll show you exactly how to spot those moments. Plus, stick around because our third solution today is a simple mindset shift that will literally save you time and anxiety every single time you write an email. It's a game changer.
You're not just going to learn some rules today, you're going to get a framework for confidence. Let's get into it.
So let's be really honest. This isn't just about conjugating verbs or putting prepositions in the right place. We're not here to turn you into a grammar textbook. That's boring, and frankly, it doesn't work.
It really doesn't. Think about it. What's the real goal here? Is it to get 100% on a grammar test, or is it to connect with other human beings?
This is about finally texting your crush without having a mini panic attack. It's about walking into a job interview and feeling powerful, not powerless. It's about being able to share a funny story with a new friend and seeing them actually laugh because they got it. They understood you.
That's the core of it. Communication is connection. And for years, learners have been told that the only path to connection is through perfect grammar. We're here to tell you that's not true.
It's a myth. I had a student, bless him, a brilliant guy named Kenji. He was so afraid of making a mistake that he would pause for 5, even 10 seconds before every single sentence. He was searching his brain for the perfect grammatical structure.
And what happened?
People thought he wasn't interested in the conversation. They would get impatient and just talk over him. His perfect grammar, when it finally came out, was delivered to an empty space. He was grammatically correct, but socially disconnected. It was heartbreaking.
That story hits hard because it's so common. The obsession with being correct actually blocks the thing we want most, which is to be heard.
Exactly. So we're going to flip the approach. We'll start by focusing on what you can ignore, and then we'll zoom in on the high-impact stuff that gives you 80% of the results with 20% of the effort.
Okay, so let's talk about the big, scary monster grammar. For now, I want you to see it less as a monster and more as background noise. When you're starting out, your number one goal is fluency and flow. Just get the words out.
Yes. Forget about the third conditional. Forget about whether to use who or whom. Honestly, most native speakers get that wrong anyway.
That is so true. My own mother still mixes them up. The priority is making yourself understood, even if it's a little messy. My student Steve from Germany was preparing for a presentation. He wrote this script that was so formal, so grammatically perfect, it sounded like a machine wrote it. He tried practicing it, and he sounded like a robot.
The Kenji story all over again.
Totally. I told him, Steve, throw the script away. Just tell me, as a friend, what this presentation is about. And he started talking. He made mistakes. He said things like, the datas is showing, instead of the data are showing. But you know what? He was passionate. He was engaging. He was human.
And I bet the audience connected with that version of him way more.
100%. So for the first phase of your learning, give yourself permission to be imperfect. It's not just okay, it's necessary. But, and this is a big but, there comes a point where certain small mistakes can cause big misunderstandings. This is the until you need it moment.
And that's what we're going to focus on now. Let's dive into the 3 most common critical grammar mistakes we see.
Mistake number 1, the tense tangle. This is when your verb tense accidentally changes the entire meaning of your story. I had a student, Chloe, who was so excited to tell her friends about a concert she went to. She messaged them the next day and said, "The concert was amazing. I will have so much fun."
Ooh, I see the problem. She used the future tense, will have, instead of the past tense, had.
Right. Her friends were so confused. They replied, "Wait, is there another concert tonight? Did we miss it?" She was trying to share a happy memory, but her grammar made it sound like a future plan. It created a moment of total confusion instead of connection.
That's a perfect example. It's not about being a grammar expert. It's about making sure your timeline is clear. Okay, mistake number 2 is what I call preposition panic. This is especially common when making plans. A student of mine, Javier, was trying to arrange a meeting. He emailed his new boss, "I will meet you in 4 p.m. on the conference room."
The classic in, on, at mix-up. We've all been there.
Totally. But look at the result. His boss was a little confused. It's a tiny error, but it makes the message feel less professional and slightly unclear. It should be, "Meet you at 4 p.m. in the conference room." This is a situation where getting those tiny words right adds a layer of professionalism and clarity that really matters.
It signals that you're detail-oriented, game changer. Okay, that brings us to mistake number 3, and this one is my favorite because it's so relatable.
Let me guess. Is it direct translation?
You know it. Specifically, the direct translation trap. My student Maria, a native Spanish speaker, was trying to express that she was feeling sick during a video call with her team. In Spanish, you say, "Me siento mal," so she literally translated that. She turned on her camera and said with a worried look on her face, "Sorry, team, I have to go. I feel myself bad."
Oh no, because in English, to feel yourself can have a very different, much more physical meaning.
Exactly. Her team was so confused and a little alarmed. She just needed to say, "I don't feel bad," or "I'm feeling sick," or "I have a headache." It's a tiny change, but it's the difference between clear communication and a really, really awkward moment.
These 3 mistakes, the tense tangle, preposition panic, and the direct translation trap, are the perfect examples of critical grammar. You can ignore 100 other rules, but getting these right will prevent 90% of major misunderstandings.
So now that you know the problems, how do you fix them without memorizing 1,000 rules? You don't. You use a toolkit. We call it the Grammar Superhero Toolkit.
I love this. So what's the first tool in our kit?
Tool number 1 is the tense time machine. Forget learning all 12 English tenses. Seriously, for most conversations, you only need to master 3 destinations: the past, the present, and the future.
That simplifies things so much.
Right? Before you speak, just ask yourself one question. Where is my story? Is it a memory? Use the simple past. I went to the store. She ate the pizza. Is it happening now? Or is it a general truth? Use the simple present. I like dogs. He works here. Is it a plan? Use the simple future. We will go tomorrow. I am going to call her.
That's it. Past, present, future. By focusing only on those three, you solve the tense tangle from the Chloe story. She would have known her story was a memory, so she needed the past. Simple. When you do this, you deserve a high five.
Okay, superhero tool number 2, the Preposition Pyramid. A-T at number, sign, symbol, pyramid. Prepositions are terrifying. There are over 100 of them. Forget them. We're going to focus on just 3 for locations and times. At, on, and in.
The big 3.
Think of it like a pyramid, from most specific to most general. At is for specific points, a point in time, at 3 p.m., or a specific place, at the coffee shop. It's the pointy top of the pyramid. On is for surfaces or lines, a surface like a street, on Main Street, or a line in time, like a day, on Monday. It's the middle of the pyramid. In is for enclosed spaces, a big space, in the city, in the box, or a big container of time, in May, in 2024. It's the big, wide base of the pyramid.
I love that visual. A point, a line, a container. At, on, in. So in Javier's case, 4 p.m. is a specific point in time, so it's at 4 p.m. The conference room is an enclosed space, so it's in the room.
Nailed it! Just using the pyramid, you solve 90% of professional scheduling mistakes. Okay, this brings us to our third and most powerful tool. I'm so excited for this one. This is the one that goes beyond just grammar.
This is the superhero that saves the day every time. Tool number 3 is the goal filter. This directly fights the direct translation trap. Instead of asking, how do I say this in English? You ask a better question. What do I want this person to do or feel after they hear my words?
This is it. This is the mindset shift. I literally cried when a student finally got this because it changed everything for her.
Let's use Maria's I feel myself bad story. If she had used the goal filter, she wouldn't have started with the Spanish phrase. She would have asked, what is my goal?
Her goal was, I want my team to understand I am sick and that I need to leave the meeting. Exactly. Once the goal is that clear, the English becomes simpler. How do you make people understand you're sick? You say, I don't feel well, or I'm feeling sick, or I have a headache. The focus shifts from translating words to achieving a result.
This works for everything. Your goal is to get information? Maybe give me the report isn't the best way. The goal is I want my colleague to happily send me the report. So you say, could you please send me the report when you have a moment?
It's the ultimate grammar hack. Focus on the goal, not the words. That toolkit, the tense time machine, the preposition pyramid, and the goal filter is your foundation. It's all you need to handle those critical moments.
Okay, so we have our toolkit, but there's one more area where a little bit of grammar knowledge makes a huge difference. Understanding formality. It's not just what you say, but how you say it.
This is a big one. It's the difference between sounding friendly and sounding unprofessional, or sounding stiff and robotic when you're just trying to hang out.
We like to think of it as a formality slider. On one end, you have super casual slang. On the other end, you have very formal academic language. Most of your conversations will happen somewhere in the middle.
But slang scares me. What if I try to be cool and use slang with my boss? I'll get fired. I just avoid it all.
That's such a valid fear, and it's a smart one to have. Let's tackle that fear together. You don't need to use slang, but you do need to understand the difference between informal and formal requests. Let's role play. You need to ask me, your boss, for a day off.
Okay. Hey, Emily. Want to take Friday off? LMK. LMK means let me know. Is that good?
Okay, so that's the slider pushed all the way to casual. Wanna instead of I would like to, and the acronym LMK. That's perfect for a friend, but for a boss, it might feel a little disrespectful. Let's slide it more to the middle. How would we do that?
Okay, maybe, hi, Emily. I want to request Friday off.
Better, much better. Want to is more formal than wanna. We've moved up the slider. Now, to sound even more professional and polite, we can use what we call softening language. Words like could, would, and possible.
Oh, I see. So, hi, Emily. I was wondering if it would be possible to take this Friday off. Please let me know if that works. Thank you.
Perfect. That is the sweet spot. It's polite, clear, and professional. You didn't need complex grammar. You just needed to slide from wanna to I want to I was wondering if it would be possible.
So the key isn't to memorize slang, it's to recognize the context. Who are you talking to? A friend? Your boss? A customer? Answering that question tells you where to set your formality slider.
And if you're ever in doubt, the polite middle ground option, like could you or would it be possible, is always a safe and winning choice.
All right, you've been amazing so far. You've learned the toolkit and the formality slider. Now it's time to put it into practice. Are you ready?
It's time for our interactive drill. Fix this awkward email. We're going to put a really bad email on the screen. We want you to pause the video and think about how you would fix it using everything we've talked about. Hey, Sarah, I need the sales report for Q3 now. You say you finish it yesterday? Where is it? I wait for it. Thanks, Tom.
Okay, so Tom is not going to make any friends with this email. It's demanding, confusing, and grammatically messy.
So, viewers, hit pause right now and rewrite this email. Think about the goal filter, the tense time machine, and the formality slider. We'll be right here. Okay, we are back. You're doing amazing. Even just thinking about it is building the muscle. So, Ethan, let's break this down together. First, the goal filter. What is Tom's real goal?
His goal isn't to sound like a jerk. His goal is to get the Q3 sales report from Sarah politely so he can do his work.
Perfect. Now, let's look at the tense tangle. He says, you say you finish it yesterday. What's wrong there?
Yesterday is in the past, so he needs the tense time machine. It should be, you said you finished it yesterday.
Exactly. Now, the formality slider. The subject, need report, and the opening, hey, Sarah, are way too casual and demanding. How do we fix that?
Let's slide it to professional. The subject could be question about the Q3 sales report. And the opening should be, hi, Sarah, or dear Sarah.
Excellent. Now, let's rewrite that first sentence. I need the sales report for Q3 now. How can we soften that?
Using that softening language, we could say, I'm just following up on the Q3 sales report. Or, hope you're having a good week. I was wondering if you had an update on when I might be able to expect it. No rush at all, just wanted to check in. Thanks so much, Tom.
Wow, the difference is night and day. Tom went from being a villain to a friendly, professional colleague.
And he did it just by using our toolkit. See, you don't need to be a grammar genius. You just need to be a communication strategist. And all of you watching can do this.
So let's just take a moment and look at how far you've come in the last 20 minutes. You started with that awful feeling of being misunderstood, of your words not matching your intentions.
You were worried about every little rule, feeling stuck and overwhelmed, but now you have a new perspective. You know that grammar doesn't matter until it does, and you know exactly when those moments are.
You have the Superhero Toolkit, the Tense Time Machine, the Preposition Pyramid, and the Goal Filter. You have the Formality Slider. These aren't just rules, they are tools of connection.
Today, you didn't just learn English. You gained freedom. The freedom to share your ideas, your stories, and your personality without fear. The freedom to connect.
We are so incredibly proud of you for investing this time in yourself. Every time you use the goal filter before you speak, that's a win. Every time you choose a polite, soft opening for an email, that's a victory.
You're not just learning English with us, you're joining the DialogueBoost family, a community of learners who are focused on connection over perfection. And we are so happy you're here.
If this video helped you feel even a little more confident today, do us a huge favor and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next video. And for our question of the day, we want to build a supportive space in the comments. Share one grammar point that used to scare you and how you feel about it now. Let's cheer each other on.
Thank you so much for watching.
Keep connecting, and we'll see you in the next video.